Hey, it's Regina here from Tarot and Time in Kent, Connecticut. Let's talk about the month of August using tarot and astrology for everyday living for all you Aquarius out there. So, you do have the honor of having Pluto in your sign, and I do call it an honor because not everyone gets to experience Pluto in their sign in their lifetime. I got to experience it as a Sagittarius. All these Capricorns had it from 2008 until this past November, and now Aquarius is on to you. Now, I call it an honor because I personally think Scorpio is the strongest sign of the zodiac. And, everyone might not agree with that. I know the fire signs certainly probably won't agree with that. But because Scorpio is ruled by Pluto, it has that power. It has that psychic energy to feel. It's all about death and rebirth, and it rules other people's money, and it rules sex. So again, it's my opinion, and you have Pluto, which rules Scorpio, in your sign until 2044. So this is a powerful transformational period for you. Pluto's retrograding, which means it's moving back in degrees. And so it's going to go back to 0 degrees of Aquarius. That's going to take a while, but right now it's at about 2 degrees. And so it's kind of revisiting a lot that's been going on since November. So Pluto retrograde in your sign. Now, other than Pluto, there's no other planets in your sign, but there's a lot of planets across from you because you're always opposite Leo. And we know the sun is in Leo until August 22nd. Mercury has been retrograding in the sign Leo, and it will be there, even though it's going to go direct on August 11th, which will be really nice for everyone, but especially you, Aquarius, because it's all been happening across from you. Mercury will be there in Leo the whole month. And then Venus will move into Leo on the 26th. So you're going to come out of this Mercury retrograde and things will begin to lighten up as Venus is opposite you. It's just that your finances and your relationships are going to require a lot from you because they're going to be in opposition. So one side's always going to want one thing and the other side might want something else. So you're going to have to find a way to negotiate that this month. But you are going to have a trine, a positive aspect when Mars, the planet of action, enters the air sign of Libra on 8/6 through 9/21. So that trine can help you in your relationships because Libra's a relationship sign. It's ruled by Venus also. And even though it's its worst placement for Mars, there's still going to be the ability for harmonious energy for you. But if you can't pull it off, you have to at least be polite. Okay. And I know sometimes that might be a little hard for you, Aquarius. You also have a trine with Uranus, the oh wow planet, anything can happen planet, in the air sign of Gemini until 2033. So you're going to have to get used to that one too. You do have a sextile, which is a positive aspect with the planets in Aries. So you've got Saturn there for its last month in Aries for a little bit. And Neptune will be in Aries until October. They're at really early degrees of Aries. So positive aspect for you with the planet of responsibility that has things to do with your career, retrograding, and then Neptune, healing, rest, creativity, retreating, and that goes on until October. So, and that's retrograding too. So there's tons of retrogrades. You're kind of reviewing the past and a lot of power there. Now, speaking of power, we have an Aquarius full moon this month on August 9th. I talked more in detail about it on the month ahead video for August, so make sure if you haven't listened, go back and listen to that. On August 9th at 3:55 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, we have a 16-degree Aquarius full moon. It's kind of cool because it's not making any aspects with other planets, which I don't see that very often. So it's a good time. It's an enlightening day. It's a good time for breakthroughs. So therapy, life coaching, embracing your uniqueness. You get a really good bird's eye view of self. And Aquarius, you rule the 11th house, and I think of the 11th house as your hopes and dreams. And so we can really almost have like vision of it. Maybe we don't take all the forward movement because of all those retrogrades, but if we can catch a glimpse of it, you can make it happen. So Aquarius full moon. Now, the moon itself will be in the sign of Aquarius on Thursday, 8/7 at 9:18 p.m. through the full moon into Sunday, August 10th at 2:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. See how you feel when the moon is in your sign. All right, now let's roll some Astro dice, see what themes we have for you. And we've got Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in the second house. Okay, Saturn, responsibilities, kind of like hardship, but the kind of hardship that if we keep working through it, we can make great strides and we can lead us to success. Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. So Aquarius does things differently and uniquely. So there could be themes of your career here. In the second house, which is Taurus's house, a Venus-ruled house, that has themes of money, has themes of value. So there could be some breakthroughs about work, about what you really want to be doing, and getting a glimpse of that during that full moon. All right, now we're going to pull some cards, a couple different decks here that I'm working with. I have not looked at any of these cards yet, so let's see what you need to know here, Aquarius, this month ahead. Let's start off with some general ones. This is the Cozy Witch Tarot, one of my favorites, and I recently found out that it's considered a kid-friendly deck. I have one here from the Tarot of the Witch's Garden by Sasha Graham. We're going to take one here from the Touchstone Tarot. We're going to give you an oracle card from the Wild Whiskers. And let's throw a couple tea leaf fortune cards into the mix here. They're kind of fun. And let's throw one more on there. Okay, great. So this is your general reading here. See what's important for you to know. We're starting off with the Knight of Pentacles. And it says, slowly but surely you're going places. And I'm not sure if that's a tackle box. It looks like maybe she's holding. But the Knight of Pentacles kind of moves slowly. When I see the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like something arrives that maybe you've been waiting for. Slowly but surely, you're going places. You did roll. I think I knocked that dice over. But you did roll Saturn in Aquarius in the second house. This feels like a very Saturn card. And so things are starting to shift for you. Things are starting to show up for you. Things that maybe you've been questing after for a while. Your next card is the Good Luck Charm. It says, if nothing seems to be going your way, cast a spell. This is the Wheel of Fortune. So Good Luck Charm, she's wearing a little acorn around her neck. And acorns, I think 3 acorns were the symbol for the Vanderbilts. That was their insignia. So there's something here about financial gain. We rolled the second house, things starting to show up. And if they're not showing up fast enough, cast a spell, put your intention on what it is you want, because this is a card of luck, blessings, and expansion. You have the Fool card, an Aquarius card here, so 2 major arcanas in a row. My attention went to that book that's fallen in the background, almost like maybe you've been studying something for a while, but maybe you've learned enough. You know, sometimes we get to a point where we think like we're not qualified, and this is showing that you're ready to leap into something new. We have the 7 of Wands here, so it looks like there's a lot going on. All right, there's a lot of irons in the fire, you could say. Your oracle card is the Serene Swan, elegance, purity, peacefulness, regal goddess cloaked in white feathers. Bestow on me the gifts of love and beauty. And, you know, I always say swans mate for life. And you've got a single swan here. They're just so beautiful. I always think that like both the heron and the swans, they just don't seem like they belong in the environment here up in Connecticut, but they are. They're native to here. But they just look so regal to me. So you've got this regal energy, this almost like a card of commitment, okay? And it looks like you're ready to jump into some new territory. Let's see what else we've got here. I've got the knot, unsuccessful plans. Actually, when I first saw it, I got the impression about tying the knot, like getting married. So that Saturn would be a lot about that. Venus would be a lot about that. There may be some commitment things you're looking at. This does say unsuccessful plans. Let's see what else we get. Candle, you will be shown the way. And career. Okay. So you may have some plans and they may get thrown out of, it might not work. I mean, the Fool comes in, and when the Fool comes in, anything's possible. You never know. Aquarius energy, as you're very familiar with. You know, Saturn is actually one of your original rulers. Before Uranus was discovered, Saturn was considered your ruling planet. Still considered the co-ruler to this day. So you actually, in some ways, rolled double Aquarius. And you're used to having to adapt to things. You're known for trying new things, so sometimes things can be unsuccessful. Let's see what that unsuccessfulness is in regards to. I mean, it looks like it's career related. Unsuccessful plans, and it says strength. It takes great strength to be soft. Okay. Leo card. Maybe you weren't seen for something. Maybe you were trying to get a job that you weren't seen for. Let me just see one more. What was it? Unsuccessful plans. The Death card. Okay, so well, something here that was not for you, okay? I think it might be career related, but then it says you'll be shown the way towards the career. Okay, so keep going. You will be shown. You will see it. You're navigating a lot. You may feel a little alone in it, but you're moving forward, and it looks like you're moving in the right direction to me. Now, let's pull a few more specifically about your career, and especially in this month of August. Let's see what else we need to know here. It's interesting, this Death card looks very much like the fall season. Now, remember, this is Pluto, okay? So it's not a literal death. It's something changing, something coming to an end. It looks like it's in the fall, or maybe a plan you had for the fall. And okay, so a couple more cards here regarding what Aquarius needs to know career-wise. Sometimes I like to call it Capricorn-wise, because not everybody's working in a career, right? Some people are home raising children. Some people are doing volunteer work. So this is anything Capricorn related, your long-term success, your legacy. Let's see what Aquarius needs to know here. All right, and I'm going to put one more of these little tea leaf fortune cards here. Okay, so the first card is the Three of Wands, and it says, put yourself out there and you'll be rewarded one way or the other. And there's your candles in the background, being shown the way. So it's kind of being lit up for you. You'll be able to see which way to go. It's a 3, which is a number of collaboration. We know that Mars, the planet of actions, moving into the relationship sign of Libra. And so 3 is a collaboration number. Mars in Libra is a collaboration placement. So you may have a helpful friend, okay? Someone who shows you the way or maybe hooks you up with something. You have the Six of Swords, which shows forward movement. It's almost like she's surrendered and she's being guided forward. The full moon in the background, Aquarius full moon this month. You have the Page of Coins. Okay, so this is a good thing to see because the Page of Coins is stepping into some new position financially. Got a big coin in the background there. So there may be a new job. There may be something new. Or maybe you're just wanting a new job. But it's showing me that you will be guided forward in your career. Got the Apple card. Temptation will test you. I kept getting fall vibes, and that's when apples are in season. So temptation. Oh, I didn't even really see that snake. We're in the year of the snake. So you know, think of the snake, right? You think of Adam and Eve, and you know that they rushed into that decision. They didn't think it through. So make sure that you think your decisions through. It looks like there's going to be a lot of activity towards the fall, okay? This one reminded me of fall. This is Sagittarius in the fall. So, all right. Anything else there that Aquarius needs to know career-wise? 5 of Cups. So some things may not work out like this unsuccessful plan. But remember, those 2 cups are still standing there for you. There is something else for you. So if you get one turned down or get turned down a couple times, it's okay. You're going to keep moving forward. It's going to work out here. Now, temptation will test you, so make sure that you're not just like, I don't know, maybe somebody's like, oh, you should do this, and you're like, but you're tempted. Maybe something doesn't quite feel right, but you're tempted. Make sure that you trust feeling, okay? Because, oh, this card's kind of jumping out. Here's the 8 of Swords. Another full moon in the background. So don't get yourself all twisted up about something. Don't take the wrong position. It looks like it'll just stress you out. Okay, now let's go into your love life, because we did get the Swan. We did roll the 2nd house. Let's see what Aquarius needs to know regarding their love life to hear from the Witch's Garden. Let's get one cozy witch regarding love. Get another little oracle here. Tea leaf. And here's 2. Okay, let's see what we've got. First card is the 4 of Swords. We see someone taking a nap. Okay, might be a little exhausted. You got 2 swords over there, 2 swords behind you. Okay, so maybe you've been in a relationship. Maybe you're taking a little break. Maybe you just need some alone time. There's some rest needed here. Here's the 9 of Pentacles, that all is well. So hopefully you get to be on vacation taking that rest. Toxic witches. Be cautious of those who take more than they give. This is card number 16. This is the Devil card, okay? So you've got just some mean people around, and it looks like you're pretty exhausted from it all. Let's see what else here. The Rat. Someone working against you behind your back. And the Flag. Don't be tempted to lower your standards. Okay, so this is kind of showing up, even though I said love department, looks like you've got some people around who are working against you. There's a lot of gossipy vibes, and it's asking you not to lower your standards. So maybe you've heard some gossip about yourself, or maybe you've gotten into an argument with your partner and they put you down. But it's really telling you to kind of rest up, look at what's positive in your life, take a little break, and you got to be really careful about the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Let me pull a couple more here. It looks like Aquarius has been having some trouble either with friends or something gossipy in the love department. What do they need to know? 7 of Pentacles showing up, which is interesting because it's another fall card. And she looks like she's not sure. She looks like she has all her cards lined up. She's contemplating. Something's not quite ready yet. Maybe you're waiting on something here. What else do we have? The 8 of Cups. It feels, if your life feels stale, explore some new scenery. So it seems like you're waiting on some kind of decision. Maybe you've been waiting. Maybe you're making a decision. Looks like you're going to get a lot of answers in the fall. It looks like there's an open path to you. It's interesting how there's all that bottled water. And yet there's the whole water source when she opens the door. 8 of Cups, walking away from something. So I'm not telling you to leave your partner. I'm telling you that you might need a break. I think you need a break with the group of friends that you're hanging out with. Let's see, partner. The High Priestess, when in doubt, your first gut feeling can always be trusted. This is a relationship number 2. It's the High Priestess, which is Cancer energy, which is intuition. So you got to trust what you're feeling. And I really think that you need alone time. It keeps showing you reading tarot cards alone. Now, as far as the friends go, the people that are talking behind your back, you have the Sun card. Give yourself permission to experience joy. The Sun card to me is when things are very visible. So I think that you'll get a clear understanding of who this is that's working against you here. I think you'll have a better idea. This is a Leo card, and we're smack in Leo season in August, and more sunflowers, indicating more towards the fall, okay? Let's see, what's the best piece of advice for Aquarius, in this love department, we already saw rest and we saw deep contemplation and alone time. Is there anything else? The Tower card comes in, Aquarius. It's interesting, at least there's a trampoline down there. They're being kind of shot right out of that house. I think you just need to get out. You need to get out of town. You need to take a break. You need to take a reprieve. Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. And then the house is through the archway. And so I just think you need to step away. So if you can take a little break, take a little vacation, go stay with a friend, not the toxic one. And it looks like you can really freshen things up here and come back kind of appreciating the situation more. If you can't literally do that, then maybe just take some downtime, take some naps, take some baths. And this way you can get a break from the everyday routine of this home life. Okay. All right. Now let's see. Is there anything else that Aquarius needs to know this month? I'm going to pull one card for your biggest obstacle. I'm going to put it on top of your career, your first pile, your Capricorn pile. What is the biggest obstacle here for Aquarius? What is the biggest opportunity? And then let's do the same thing for the love department. What's the biggest obstacle? And what is the biggest opportunity? Okay, so the biggest obstacle, career, Capricorn themed, is the Seven of Swords. And it says, are your actions really as selfless as you think? And she's killing a spider with her boot. So are your actions really as selfless? Seven of Swords is usually about tiptoeing around something. Let me pull one more. Seven of Thoughts, Seven of Air. What's this obstacle about? Obstacle, High Priestess. So she is the divine feminine. I think it's just not being too full of yourself. Okay? Not being too full of yourself. We know pride was a big theme in Leo season. So not being too full of yourself. What's your best opportunity here work-wise? You've got the Seven of Swords, which actually was the same card here under your obstacle. And this one is you're stepping away, going in. Oh, she's holding the apples. She's holding two swords. She's stepping away from that friendship group out there. So it may be that, it's just kind of repeating to rest, to take the time that you need. Let's go over here into love. Your biggest obstacle is the Four of Cups. And she just looks forlorn and like she's over the reference to the Three of Cups, which is a friendship group. But that new cup is coming in. It's being handed to you. She just hasn't seen it yet. So the obstacle is maybe not sinking into sadness. Let's see what the biggest opportunity is the King of Swords. And the King of Swords is the king of communication. It would be you, Aquarius, because Swords is air. You're an air sign. Even though you sound like a water sign, you're an air sign. So you've got power here. The King of Swords will make whatever cuts he needs to make, and he's a card of big business, okay? So stay focused. If some things aren't successful for you, remember you'll be shown the way, especially in career. And there's some things in your love life, your friendship life. There's not everyone who's around you is necessarily your friend. It looks like you do need to step away and take some quiet time. Things will be exposed for you, and you'll be able to communicate what you need to communicate moving forward. I hope that helps you, Aquarius. Have a great month of August.